Why did new small business startups decline in 2011, according to a Kauffman Foundation study that I just received in the last hour? The Dateline today from Kansas City, the corporate home of the Kauffman Foundation. The Kauffman Index shows that despite a drop from 2010, U.S. startup activity remains active above pre-Great Recession levels. Entrepreneurship is alive and well in the wake of the Great Recession. I'm reading from the release now. Although the rate of new business creation dipped during 2011, and startup founders remain more likely to fly solo than to employ others. We will definitely agree with that concept. That's the big takeaway from the Kauffman Index of Entrepreneurial Activity, a leading indicator of new business creation in the United States, published annually and released today by the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation. You hear me talk about the Kauffman Foundation a great deal. I am a proud, distinguished partner for, I think, 5 years now with a program that the Kauffman Foundation started, and it has grown immensely, called Global Entrepreneurship Week. Each November, second week in November, entrepreneurship is celebrated around the world. I think 10 million people were touched by a week's events from last year. We'll get the official numbers soon. As a matter of fact, very soon we should be hearing from the Kauffman Foundation. It was last May that I went to the foundation to get the kickoff for, at that time, Global Entrepreneurship Week 2011. Global Entrepreneurship Week in the David's Barter community is going to be the most wonderful 1 week uh, business experience that I've ever had, and targeted to the students of entrepreneurship. That's what the whole week is about. It's about entrepreneurs sharing with the future of entrepreneurship, the students, of the spirit of what entrepreneurship is all about. And if you are at YouTube, or if you're at David's Barter Community Bulletin Board, if you go down just a couple either videos or questions, I did the entrepreneurship pledge, which I like to do once a month. And it was a pledge that I took about 3 years ago. And I learned about the pledge on one of my visits to the Kauffman Foundation, and that's why I took it. I encourage you to go to build a strongeramerica.com and take the pledge. And then when you take the pledge, you'll understand, or start to understand. Uh, each day I learned something new. You'll start to understand what it means to be an entrepreneur. And I don't exactly know who wrote those words, but they are the finest words of expression of what entrepreneurship is all about. And so I share a lot of information because the Kauffman Foundation is the entrepreneurship foundation, period. The entrepreneurship foundation. And the world waits for information that comes out of a Kauffman Foundation study. And they do studies all year long, and they write books. New book coming out. I don't know exactly where I have the information, but a book that I was in Washington last year when this book was publicly introduced. I was at the State of Entrepreneurship address by the Kauffman Foundation. Excuse me, Carl Schramm, the now retired president and CEO, presented the State of Entrepreneurship address, introduced this book, Rules for Growth, promoting innovation and growth through legal reform. They have spent uh, millions of dollars researching how our legal system needs to change in order to become more business friendly in general, and certainly to help the stimulation and growth and development of small businesses. We we live in a new world now. Um, I want to, and to the Kauffman Foundation study, yes, uh, inside davidsbarter.com community, we share with you, not necessarily teach you, which we do, but we share with you the experiences of my last 40 years, but what's happening right now. And when we talk about a community landing page, I now have about 7 or 8 of these myself that I've developed, in addition to all the uh, videos, all the YouTube videos, excuse me, have landing pages attached to them with answers to questions. I want to, the press release cannot give due justice to the information. Uh, there's some good information. I should say there's some very positive information, but uh, I have never, in my last 40 years of business and starting businesses and helping people with their businesses, whatever, I've never seen a better time than to start a business, a new small business, than right now. We need it. Number one, we need it. Ask the Kauffman Foundation. Uh, they did a study that we shared with you, I think 2 years ago now, that said in order for our economy to get back to where we were before things uh, started not to perform so well, we'd have to create 300,000 new jobs every month. And we'd have to do it for about 36 consecutive months to maintain the levels where our economy was 4 years ago. 223,000 new jobs were created in the month of February. That's a great step in the right direction because the numbers are improving, but it's not happening quickly enough. And it only happens quickly enough when folks like yourself, who, if you're not in business already, you say, geez, I can do that. If you've been unemployed and you can't find a job, I ask you the question, where is there more risk involved? Is it in the job that you had, or is it in starting a business, having a business? There is more risk when somebody else controls your destiny. Yes, that means that you have to provide for your own paycheck and your own income and your own support for your family, but that's a decision that you make. And there have been millions of entrepreneurs that went through that same process and said, this is what I have to do because I have something that people need and want, or there's a problem that I have a solution, a simple solution to that problem. Things are moving in the right direction, but we can make them move very quickly, very efficiently, very simply in a community landing page, utilizing the very best social marketing practices of the last 40 years, integrated with today's social network technology. Next year, when the Kauffman Foundation comes up with this headline, we want to see that new business startups, well, it will be next year this time. Now is the time to start a business. It's the process has been made very simple, way more efficient than any other time that I've tried to start a business. You want to come and we developed and created a new community fun game, and we're going to show you that it certainly can be fun and needs to be fun and should be fun to start a new small business today.